Well, you're getting two videos from me today. What's up, guys? It's me, Alan. I'm back with another video. And after I made the video earlier regarding NXT, the releases, and all that stuff, I didn't think I'd be making another video tonight. Well, Antonio Brown decided to release a statement regarding his side of the story from Sunday. And I figured that it's only fair that I make a video on it because I made a video with my reaction and thoughts regarding the incident from Sunday after the game. So, with that said, get your popcorn ready because this is probably going to be a long video. There's a lot of reading to do. And, yeah. So, go ahead, drop a like, subscribe, let me know your thoughts down below. And, let's get into this, shall we? Also, his lawyer released a 6-tweet thread, so I'll be reading that as well afterward. But we're gonna start off with Antonio's statement. Then we'll look at what his lawyer says, and then I'll give my thoughts. So let's get into this. So Antonio's statement reads as follows. First of all, I'd like to express my gratitude to the Bucs, fans, and my teammates. The Bucs helped me return to productive football after I had difficulties that could have ended my career. That's an understatement, but put that aside. We worked together to resolve those difficulties, and I will always appreciate that. Being part of a Super Bowl champion team and then a contender is a dream come true. I make mistakes. I'm working on myself, and I have positive influences around me, but one thing I don't do is shy away from playing hard on the field. No one can accuse me of not giving it my all every play. Because of my commitment to the game, I relented to pressure directly from my coach to play injured. Despite the pain, I suited up. That the staff injected me with what I now know is it was a powerful and sometimes dangerous painkiller that the NFLPA has warned against using, and I gave it my all for the team. I played until it was clear that I could not use my ankle to safely perform my playing responsibilities. On top of that, the pain was extreme. I took a seat on the sideline, and my coach came out to me very upset and shouted, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" I told him it's my ankle, but he knew that. It was well documented, and we had discussed it. He then ordered me to get on the field. I said, "Coach, I can't." He didn't call for medical attention. Instead, he shouted at me, "You're done," while he ran his finger across his throat. Coach was telling me that if I didn't play hurt, then I was done with the Bucs. I didn't quit. I was cut. I didn't walk away from my brothers. I was thrown out. Being fired on the sideline for having a painful injury was bad enough. Then came their spin. Coach denied on national television that he knew about my ankle. That's 100% inaccurate. Not only did he know I missed several games with the injury, he and I exchanged texts days before the game where he clearly acknowledged my injury. He obviously knew that I was on the injury list, and the GM acknowledged after the game in text messages to my camp that I did tell Coach about my ankle pain on Sunday. The statement continues. I know we were losing to the Jets, and that was frustrating for all of us, but I could not make football plays on that ankle. Yes, I walked off the field, but there's a major difference between launching from the line and taking hits compared to jogging off the field with a rush of emotions going through your mind. I'm reflecting on my reaction, but there was a trigger. The trigger was someone telling me that I am not allowed to feel pain. I acknowledge my past, but my past does not make me a second-class citizen. My past does not forfeit my right to be heard when I am in pain. First they cut me, now they cage me. Instead of asking how I felt or getting to the bottom of it, the team texted my camp promoting a totally false narrative that I randomly acted out without any explanation. They even told us in writing, "Don't spin this any other way." I have stress, I have things I need to work on, but the worst part of this has been the Bucs' repeated effort to portray this as a random outburst. They are telling people that I first walked off, then I was cut. No, no, no. I was cut first, and then I went home. They threw me out like an animal, and I refused to wear their brand on my body, so I took my jersey off. As part of their ongoing cover-up, they are acting like I wasn't cut and now demanding that I see a doctor of their choice to examine my ankle. What they did not know until now is that on Monday morning, I had an urgent MRI on my ankle. It shows broken bone fragments stuck in my ankle, the ligament torn from the bone, and cartilage loss, which are beyond painful. You can see the bone bulging from the outside, but that must and can be repaired. The MRI has been read by two top orthopedic surgeons in NYC, including Dr. Martin O'Malley at Hospital for Special Surgery. Not realizing that I had already scheduled a surgery at HSS, The Bucs ordered me, quote unquote, under penalty of discipline and with a few hours notice to show up to a more junior doctor at HSS for another opinion. What a joke. They're playing like I wasn't cut, giving me a surprise attack order to show up to another doctor with no reasonable notice, and setting this whole thing up as a basis to cut me because what they did on Sunday was not legitimate. Sorry, Jim. I had already received a confirming opinion from the top doc at the hospital you ordered me to go to. I love the Bucs fans. I really do. I love my teammates and everyone who showed me grace and believed in me. I gave the Bucs everything I had on the field. What the organization is doing now needs to get cleaned up. I do not understand how people publicly claiming to be concerned about my mental health can do these things to me in private. Once my surgery is complete, I'll be back to 100% and looking forward to next season. Business gonna be booming. So that was from Antonio via his lawyer. Now we're going to look at what his lawyer posted, and this is about an hour ago. He says, and I quote, Antonio Brown never faked an injury in his life. It is incredible that people are pushing false rumors that what happened Sunday was the result of mental health issues and not a well-known ankle injury. Mental health is important, but so is basic dignity. Hashtag cut and cage. Why would they embark on a campaign of false concealment? To avoid responsibility for ignoring the risk of serious injury for the sake of winning a game. Antonio has reflected on this for days and prepared a heartfelt statement that he will release soon, which he did. His injury can clearly be seen on the MRI image taken Monday morning, which we haven't seen yet. I don't know if we will, but that's besides the point. Among other things, you can plainly see a piece of loose bone in all caps, from the outside that is pressing into his ankle joint, and a ligament snapped clean off the bone. He will recover but needs surgery. We all know that the NFL does not condone the ordering of players in pain or at risk of serious injury to play. Moreover, the injury and location of the visible bone fragment prevented Antonio Brown from being able to make the type of football moves that he is famous for. Imagine yourself trying to avoid a linebacker homing in for a big hit and not being able to cut in time to avoid the hit and keep running. A team cannot and should never put a player at such risk. Conceal such conduct by writing him off as erratic is unlawful. After the Bucs pushed Arquette to claim that they did nothing wrong and suggested that we say this event was purely the product of mental illness. Now they're subjecting him to behind the scenes arbitrary gamesmanship. They cut him. Now they cage him. Hashtag cut and cage. It is worth noting he hasn't officially been released yet. As of today, but yeah, so there's a lot to unpack here, and if I'm being honest, I'm not exactly sure what opinion I should be taking on this matter. Like I said earlier, I'm making this video because it's only fair to make it after having talked about the incident initially on Sunday after the game. So it's just here's the way I see it. If all of this is true, this is a massive black eye on the league, on the Buccaneers, and on Bruce Arians. If Arians ordered for Brown to play and then cut him in the middle of the game because he couldn't, because as he puts it, couldn't play anymore that day, then by all means, Arians fucked up and will probably get fired for it. If it's true. And that's a big if. And the reason why I say it that way is because this is Antonio Brown. I'm not discrediting what he is saying, but this is a guy who, for all intents and purposes, it's hard to believe him. He's done and said a lot of shit, and well documented, by the way, a lot of which I mentioned in the earlier video from Sunday, and it's just it's like you want to believe him, but then you think about his past, and it's like I have to take this with a grain of salt, because there is the possible chance that this is not the full truth. Now, We haven't heard anything from Arians, other players, or the Buccaneers organization as of this recording. So we'll see what happens on that. My guess is there's absolutely going to be an investigation into this by the league. Um, but I don't know how that's going to go because depending on how it goes, and how Antonio and his team reacts to it, it could lead to another investigation from somebody outside the NFL because of the possibility that if depending on how the NFL conducts it, Antonio and his lawyer and his team may look at that and see it as the NFL being biased or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen beyond this as of right now. But what I do know is that this is huge. And again, if Antonio is speaking the truth and his lawyer is speaking the truth, and this is proven to be true, Arians' action, like, I'm not discrediting the injury. If the injury is what he says it is, then yeah, that's fucked up. Yes, you could look at him running from going from the sideline through the end zone, the way he was jumping and whatnot. But as he mentioned in his statement, he had been given painkillers, so most likely he was running on adrenaline and just trying to get out of there. Most likely. This is just crazy, man. This is crazy, and I it's like how Antonio acted. He, as he said, it was triggered, but it could have been done better. Like, he didn't, like, the way he reacted in the game, him running through the back of the end zone like that wasn't right. It wasn't, it shouldn't have been handled that way. So you could say that Antonio is in the wrong for that. But again, if everything that he is saying is true, then the Buccaneers are massively in the wrong for forcing him to play, specifically Arians, for forcing him to play, and then the way Arians reacted. I doubt we're going to really hear from any of the players about it, simply because of the fact that, this is going to be, if any of them say anything, it could be either an indictment on the team or Antonio or whatever. And they're probably going to get told not to say anything right now anyway. I would think we might get a statement from Arians at some point, maybe tomorrow, maybe later. Same thing from the Buccaneers organization. But yeah, this is a wild situation, and I'm very interested to see where it goes from here because, again, I'll say it again, if all of this is proven to be true, or just the fact of if it's proven to be true that he was told to play, and that and the painkillers thing and the way Arians acted, then that's fucked up. All right. We've seen the fan footage of Antonio being pissed off, teammates coming over to try to calm him down, and then him leaving. So there's that to kind of go off of, but we won't know for sure what exactly happened, other than from what Antonio has said, until we, hear from other people who were there on the sideline, and who know what happened. Which I think the only person we'll really hear from that would probably be Arians. So, yeah, all I'm gonna have to say is just, let me know your thoughts down below and stay tuned because this is gonna get crazy real quick. But thank y'all for watching. Again, let me know your thoughts down below. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.